Hey, everybody, welcome back to another radio check. We are here live, checking on our battle buddies. 15th, just like clockwork, just like that paycheck.
Yes, indeed. Happy March 15th, everyone. Halfway through this month. A few things going on in the middle of this month, all the way to the end. First, we have St. Patty Days coming up this Thursday. We have, as you know, the first day of spring is this Sunday. So, spring is on the horizon. For those who like to watch the hoops, college basketball, March Madness right around the corner. So, middle March is coming out with a bang.
A lot going on, folks. A lot going on. Women's History Month, one of the biggest things that we're celebrating. So many sisters in arms that have done so much, not only for our nation, but for us personally. I mean, I had leaders that were female as I was growing up that undoubtedly molded me into the guy that I am today. And I'm sure Vince has had as well. But we've had many guests on our podcast that have been leading the way, uh, from where they are, and we're so proud of them. And we just congratulate all the professional women out there that are not only holding their own, but they're making their mark. And I'm really appreciative of all of you.
Absolutely. And that's a good segue into today's quote. It's by Elaine Cady, and it says, "Be afraid of nothing. You have within all the wisdom, all the power, all the strength, and all the understanding." Elaine Cady, be afraid of nothing because it's
And
all in you what you need and what you already have. So watch
that's
out.
right. There's nothing to fear.
Nothing.
And hey, look, I understand, right? There's been times where uncertainty will create this anxiety, right? You start to feel it. You're like, oh my goodness, what's gonna go? What's gonna happen? What if I do this? And yeah, and so there's a level of uncertainty that we may feel, but fear is different from uncertainty. I'm gonna tell you, there's two
Mm,
differences there,
mm.
right? And fear, uncertainty is just you not knowing. Fear keeps you even from what you know.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
I
Woo!
they
Did
need
I
to put
throw
that
that out?
on a t-shirt, right?
Did I throw that out? Oh my goodness.
Good stuff. Hey, we enjoying the middle of March, and for everyone out there, and on a serious note, we just had another loss in our family, and for those who have a loss in your family, our hearts and our prayers go to you because it's a true reality that we all face, and but we have to be there and memorize, have the memory of their loved ones, but keep ourselves going and live their legacy going forward. But yeah, so shout out to everyone out there who's might been have gone through something that devastating or losing a loved one. Our hearts are with you. From us to you. Prayers and thoughts every day. So just keep strong, keep at it, and just wake up another day, folks.
And about this time last year, I was going through it. And so our hearts and prayers with your family, Vince. I know that it's not an easy thing. But look at that. We get to share now a month, right? Where things just started going sideways for us. But folks, it's a hard thing. It's a hard thing to lose somebody you love, to see those you love going through because they're losing their immediate family. And I just want to spark a little hope. Um, Last year about this time, well, April 1st, and we did radio check. Then, right, probably the first and only time you'll see me with glasses. So you'll have to go back to that session to pick that up. But the reason why we continue to do these, regardless of what we're going through personally, is because it's not about us. We have learned, Vince and I, as senior enlisted, that the blessing of being able to lead and serve comes with the price of highlighting somebody else. That's what you do. And so, we go through and we go through those. We're still human, and we have moments where we cry and our hearts hurt, and you don't know what's going on. Uh, but we know we're not the only ones, right? We're not the only ones. It may feel like you're a person on an island, um, but you may be the only person on that island. But then there's islands around you, right? There's a whole bunch of other people that feel that way. And so, if you are going through a period of time now where you are suffering loss, or you feel that you are losing, right? Because it's two things. You can actually have a loss, but then you could actually feel like you're losing, right? There's losing in life and losing at this and losing at that. You're not alone, and our prayers are with you.
All right. And I shared with someone earlier today that I asked this question with you. What do you need from the lean on us, ask us. Hence why it's called radio check. We're checking in. What do you need? Check, check, mic check. So please, folks, every first and the 15th, we do this at 1900 hours, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard, to let us know what do you need from the community. Just to see our ugly mugs, fine, let it be. But we just wanted to ask always, what do you need from the community, so we can hopefully know that our communities is a togetherness. You're part of that community. Know that you've been there. We know there's sacrifices, but what times of need is when you need to really elevate and be vulnerable and have the courage to say what it is. So I definitely encourage you to do so.
And talking about times of need, or what you need, my co-host is not going crazy. Okay, so you're gonna see his hands
Well,
kind of
this one?
flash. Not that one.
You mean this one?
It's folks. We're not starting the Little Shop of Horrors. That's not that's not
Oh my
what we're
God, that's old school.
doing.
I
But
remember that show.
there is something that I would like for you to share, Vince, concerning that, because it's
Yeah,
very important. It's also going on around this time of year,
yeah.
where we're trying to battle things that no one can explain, right? No one can explain. So
That's absolutely true. So as you can see, 10 fingers, the three of them are painted. These are each week a statistic about blood cancer. The third is that every 3 minutes, a person is diagnosed with blood cancer. So every week, I share on LinkedIn and Facebook a statistic about a blood cancer that's just unraveling to me to understand more about that. But I joined the efforts of being part of the LLS Man of the Year campaign, and I'm spreading awareness by painting my nails once a week. And there's definitely some events going on here in Central Florida, comedy nights. Laughter is a cure to cancer, and we also have a virtual 5K for around the United States. So please join in. Hit me up on LinkedIn or Facebook, and I'll share more about this journey to understand about LLS proper, which is just another one of those unnecessary things that happen, but it's a realistic thing about cancer that a lot of us have probably been touched with from one shape, form, or another.
I'll tell you that every 3 minutes, and I just put in the chat. That's a statistic that you don't even want to be part of.
Mm,
And there's a lot that happens. If, like a 7 point almost 9 billion people on Earth,
mm,
there's a lot that happens
yeah,
at a constant basis, right? And LLS uh, has a mission, and that mission is to eradicate this thing that I mentioned earlier. Nobody can explain. There's just no explanation for it.
right.
And when you see little kids,
Mm,
it breaks your heart. When you see anybody going through it, right? I was boo-hooing over here earlier watching a session of The Voice where one of the ladies that came on, they did a tribute for after, because she had breast cancer. She
Mm.
She was fighting, but she was a great singer, and just watching that whole episode kind of took me to tears because it made me really think, what are we doing?
Mm.
What are we doing? Here's this lady singing her heart out, knowing that her days are numbered,
Mm.
and she's going all out.
Mm.
And we don't face those things, and we don't go all out. So
Mm.
I was just like, what are we doing? We should be going all out all the time,
Amen,
right?
brother.
But it's a great mission. So share a little bit about that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So again, LLS, Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, has been around since the 40s, and definitely it's doing a couple things: advocacy, money for research, money to definitely have the non-toxic treatment, because chemo is toxic and definitely kids go through it. So they're trying to get some non-toxic treatment, but they need more funds, more donations. Hence why we also have the Men Women of the Year campaign, so they can have opportunities to go through that and trial and error for non-toxic treatments. But hey, we're here for the patients. We're here for those heroes, like our honored heroes, Emily Spriggs. She's been 5 years and cancer free. 25-year-old dynamic woman doing great stuff, and we're just so proud of Emily and all those who've been through remission. And definitely, we have folks in our team that have lost significant ones from blood cancer, so we're here honoring them through our LLS team, Dante. Uh, so this is a 10-week. We have comedies on the 1st of April in Sanford, 14th of April in downtown Orlando, Saks, and 1 May on West End in Sanford. So hopefully you can join one of those. And things we're doing on our side, Enrique and I, as you know, we have a campaign to reach our 200 subscriber on our YouTube, The Leadership Void. We're almost there, folks. All we need is a few more clicks.
Almost.
He doesn't have the shirt that says like and subscribe, but we
Yeah,
want
I
you to like
I
and
ain't put that.
subscribe.
I got my warrior.
You
I
got
got
WB in the house.
I got
You
my
know,
warrior.
yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. But hey, 200, we almost there. What all you do is hit subscribe to our YouTube channel, enter to the drawing to win Scott McGregor's book, Standing O, the Salute Edition, which is right there. It's autographed, Lessons in Gratitude, a great book. You will not be disappointed. Just help us reach 200. Just need a few more folks. Another thing, our every episode, as behind Enrique, as you can see, is from this episode and others. We're grateful to have the home team of Round Point Service, Mortgage Service Corporation, for being our sponsors. So thank you, the home team of Round Point, for sponsoring us. And Enrique has that emblem. So WWP, Oh, and this is a great analogy here, folks. At times we can be the soldier on the bottom carrying somebody, but sometimes we're the soldier on the top being carried. And just let you know that if you need to be carried, hey, lean on us, lean on our community to help you carry through. And at times you're going to be strong enough to carry someone else. So doesn't matter what soldier you are on the top or the bottom, we still want to get down to the mission at the end and be safer in harm's way. So WWP has a great mission, a great emblem there, as carrying a soldier. And sometimes we're on the top, sometimes we're on the bottom.
And you mentioned, Vince, which is interesting, the non-toxic ways of fighting cancer.
Mm,
There are some, and I
right.
just want to share with everybody, since this is a battle buddy type of a show. My brother, my Marine Corps brother, Justin Constantine.
Mm-hmm.
You may know him because of his story. He was shot by a sniper. His face got obliterated. The
Right.
medics were able to, and medical was able to, reconstruct his face as best they could. And he's an inspirational speaker out there, always talking. But unfortunately, he was diagnosed with cancer,
Right.
and he's fighting that fight right now. I'm gonna put his name in the chat there, but look him up. He is raising some money, or at least a group of folks are raising some money to help him get that non-toxic type of work. he's in a barometric chamber. He's doing everything possible. Um, but Justin, man, if you're listening and if you ever get to hear this, we're praying for you, brother, and we appreciate all you have done. Up until now, man, and we're with you on the fight. And so I'm gonna put Justin's as a comment in there. You guys can connect with him. I know he's busy right now. Um, with family. Him and his family are doing the best they can with what they have. But and then I'll actually put I'll put the link of the post for what they're trying to do for him.
Yeah, definitely. It was Team JC all day. Justin Constantine. Definitely, our hearts go out to you and our prayers. That hey, you still fighting a great fight. We are there. You have support. You have great networks, and we just hope every day it comes out on the better side of the equator, as I say, or the earth. So keep going, Justin. You got this. We're just so grateful to be here every first and the 15th, keeping it real. Radio check checking in. Folks that are out there, love to hear who's calling in, who's in the chat, who's in listening. If you listen to this after the fact, you can still put your comments and we'll see them. But we're just so grateful to be here every first and the 15th. On the first, I won't be here, folks. Just to let you know, Enrique will be flying solo next one. I'm at one of my events for LLS is a comedy night on April 1st, as you heard me say earlier. So it starts at 8 o'clock. I'll be there at 7 setting up. So hopefully I can at least tune in from my phone. And if it works, who knows? I might get on. But Enrique will fly solo. And as Enrique shared, Justin's Constantine's link is on the chat. Please visit and help out if you can. Every little bit, even words of wisdom or words of encouragement is gratitude enough to just send positive thoughts and vibes to someone.
So the link is there for the post that is raising the funds for him. And every time we see something like this, these are battles that we're not, equipped to fight with someone, right? If you got a couple of arms, and there's there's an insurgent and there's somebody that's the enemy, those are easy battles. Although those are not easy, folks. Compared to what he's going through, what the LLS is trying to fight against, and get a cure for. These are things that almost at times you feel helpless, right? You feel like, what can we do? Well, there's something we could do, and in Justin's case, but in every case, there's something we can do. It doesn't necessarily mean something grand or what you can do. What can you do? Can you pray? Can you pray? Everybody can pray. Everybody can keep people in their thoughts and prayers, at a minimum, right? And so for all the things that are happening, even abroad, right? Right now, there's a conflict that is wreaking havoc not only in the Ukraine, it's basically bled over to the world. It's affecting us in every kind of way, and so if you think it isn't, go try to get a gallon of gas. you'll see how it's affecting us,
Yeah.
right? But that's just one element, right? There's the other element of the mind. Look, I cannot tell you how many times I'm like, yo, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of seeing this type of stuff go on, and what can you do? You can either be sick and say, it is what it is, or you can get sick and say, okay, what can I do? What
Right.
can I do?
Those are definitely choices, folks, and we all have the choice. We all have the choice. There's a parable about the two wolves. A young grandson asked his grandma, hey, look at those two wolves. And I think something goes like that about, they're about to fight. And the grandson asks, which one's going to win? And the grandfather says, the one you feed. The one you feed, is it love or is it hate? Which one are you going to feed? So, folks, we really inclined for us to feed the love, feed the positivity, a warm embrace, connections. Yeah, there's things going on out of our control, but the control is the choices you make every day. Feed the wolf of love and kindness and care. Is what I'm alluding to?
Outstanding. Well, folks, it's if you happen to be out there and you're not shy, hey, let us know. But we're going to be back on the first and 15th. Something, just throw it on your calendar, and sometimes you don't have to even think about it. But we'll be back on the first, checking up on our battle buddies, checking up on our first responders that are doing a great job out there. And we just pray for all of y'all to be safe and to have a great rest of the month. And we'll see each other on the first, like clockwork.
There you go. And wear something green for St. Patty's Day. Enjoy March Madness. Women's History Month still going strong. And spring starts on Sunday. So get ready.
All right, folks. Hey, take care. God bless. And we'll see you on the other side of the 15 days.